Some other sauces that we've already gone over so far has been velouté and bechamel, correct? Velouté and bechamel. Okay, those are basically a white sauce made with milk and roux. Tightened 1 pound of roux will tighten 1 gallon of liquid. Okay, we utilize that to basically take 2 quarts, and we made our basically mac and cheese sauce out of the sauce. A little bit of water in here, but yeah, that's it. Okay, the velouté on the other hand, we took white stock, and the only difference between basically velouté and Espanol is the color of the stock that you're doing. So we take a white stock and a white roux, and you tighten it up, and you have it considered a velouté. We use that to make our broccoli soup 3 weeks ago, right? Everyone with me on it? So the 2 ones we've done so far. Okay, the third one that we're going to talk about today is a tomato. Traditionally, a tomato sauce, like classic Escoffier time, creme, cuisine classique, turn of the century. They basically would put roux into their tomato sauces as well. They would tighten them up. They'd have basically a thicker presentation on it. Today's modern kitchen, as we've lightened up cuisine over the years has basically been stripped away, lightened down to reductions and essences. You don't even see as many starch-tightened sauces. You just don't see it as much anymore. But as that happens in tomato sauces, they tighten them with their own solids. That process is called coulis, tightened by its own solids. Okay, most often found on like dessert menus now. Blackberry coulis, raspberry coulis, strawberry coulis. That's where I see that term before. Okay, you don't see tomato coulis that often on a menu unless someone's trying to sound kind of Frenchy. Right? It's the truth. Like unless they're basically trying to elevate the verbiage on the menu, which I totally understand. Not even worried about it. But what I want you to understand a coulis is when it's tightened by its own solids. We're going to put so many vegetables in here, tomatoes, a little bit of tomato paste. We're going to put onions, we're going to put carrots, we're going to put celery. And then we're going to blend some of that. Okay, we're going to fold that back in. It's going to get its body from those blended solids. Okay, and that process is called a coulis. We're also going to do a meat sauce on this because we're making a lasagna. Okay, when you grind meat, it doesn't taste good. Has anyone ever put meat in a blender? It's chalky. It's lame. It's not good. Straight up. That's what I'm trying to get at. So what we want to do is we want to make our tomato sauce separate from our meat. We're going to cook our meat down and get it nice and tender and flavorful. Then we're going to cook our tomato sauce down and make it lovely. Okay? Then I'm going to blend my sauce, get it to the consistency I want, fold my meat in. We're going to make our lasagna. Okay? We need time to do this. Okay? That's why I want to get this class started right away as we could today. Okay? Good tomato sauce, the best thing to do is basically cook it forever. Okay? If you cook tomato sauce for a long time, tomatoes have what's considered volatile acidity. If you have a lot of tomatoes and you eat them with a short cook period on it, it's going to give you heartburn really quick. You ever notice that? It's called volatile acidity. Okay, so most people cook their tomatoes for a long time. What happens is the sugars that are present in those tomatoes start to caramelize. And as those sugars caramelize, they balance out the acid. It doesn't go away, but it balances it out. So if you cook the tomato sauce forever, you can balance out with sugar the acids that are present in it. I'm giving you guys a lot of information right now, but I'm trying to make it as concise as possible as I do. Okay, so the sugars basically caramelize, and as those sugars caramelize, they're going to balance it out. We're going to have to add sugar to our sauce today because we're going to make that sauce in an hour and a half instead of the 6 hours I'd like to make it in. Okay, so we're going to condense the cook process, and we're going to add sugar. You can add any sugar you want at this point. You can add white sugar, brown sugar, agave. We're actually going to grate carrots on the finish of it and use the sweetness that's present in the carrots to do 2 things. Give it more solids to bind it, and add the natural sweetness that I want on the sauce. Okay, so the ways to balance acidity in a tomato sauce, cook it forever. Okay, it balances out by the natural process of the sugars, or add sugar. Okay, so if you're balancing acid, add sugar. Okay, the best way to do it is time. So we're going to kind of accelerate this. Moving forward from that, first things I want to do is get my meat going. I like to use a 3-meat blend. I like to use beef, veal, and pork. I just like the mouthfeel of it. I think it works really, really well. I do the same thing for my meatballs. So I like to do 50% beef, 25 veal, 25 pork. You get the richness from the pork, you get the softness from the veal, and you get the depth from the beef. That's exactly what we're doing on it. You notice that each of the trays have their own spoon in them. Each of the trays have a label on them. Each of the trays are on top of boxes that have backups for them. Okay, what I don't like is a bunch of open bags put back into a wok and unwrapped. Okay, so we treat our meat with respect. We're going to take it out, we're going to put it into a container, we're going to not cross-contaminate, we're not going to cross pork and beef, we're going to keep them separate, and that's that. Does that make sense? I don't have to beat this one up? We got that, right? Keep them separate. All right. Okay, the meat I'm going to basically sear, get some color on it. I'm looking for sear and release. If something sticks in your kitchen, it's because it was too cold. Okay, it wasn't hot enough. Okay, a couple ways of getting this. Either you didn't heat your pan up enough, or you crowded your pan. Okay, either you didn't heat the pan up enough, or you crowded your pan. Those are the 2 do it. I have a lot of meat there. We're gonna see how it works. I'm going into this right now. Did I get that oil from Sam? That oil to fill the bottle up?
Oh.
So I needed that for my